everyone, my name is Stephanie Kutikas, Creative Director at Mehron Makeup, and you are behind the scenes with my friends here, Yvonne the artist and Jen Lage Carlson as our model, and we're going to go live very soon, and we wanted to just bring you behind the scenes so you can see what we're doing here. Okay? Are we excited?
Very excited.
Halloween.
Yes, we're turning her into a zombie today.
So
Awesome.
fun. Can't wait. Is it a girl zombie or a boy zombie?
You'll have to tune in and find out, won't you?
That's great. Well, I can't wait because this has everything that you can possibly need.
Yeah, so we're using everything in this box. So it's a
Everything.
special all-pro makeup kit. Everything in there is now on the table and eventually going to be on her face.
And that's great because there's so much in here. Are we live? Not yet. Almost.
There's so much zombieing to do. I just want to keep working. No more dots. No more dots.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the clock to hit 1:15. It will. No, we'll do a countdown.
Showtime.
In the Beetlejuice voice.
Showtime.
Yeah.
Okay, and countdown coming.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Kutikas. I'm the Creative Director at Mehron Makeup, and welcome to our live stream. I'm here joined by Yvonne the artist.
Hey
and
guys.
our model, Jen Lage.
Hello.
Thanks for tuning in. We are so excited to be here to showcase our special effects makeup kit, but most importantly, show you how to use it, what's inside, and how you can create an awesome Halloween look. For those that don't know Mehron, we've been around since 1927 in the heart of the theater district in New York. So we've been doing special effects, Halloween, beauty, burlesque, opera, you know it for a really long time. So it's exciting to be around for so long and to work with such talented artists like Yvonne. Just to give you a little background on Yvonne, she's been doing this for quite some time as well, for 15 years. Started out in fine art and body painting. And she was telling me one of the first jobs she ever had out of makeup school was creating zombies for movies.
Totally. I loved zombies. I was obsessed with horror movies when I was little, and I thought that that's what I wanted to do. I now work in fashion on the makeup side of it, but I still love a good zombie throwback. So we're going to go in today with all of these products, which really if I didn't go to makeup school, I might not know how to use all these. So I'm so excited to walk all of you through what's in this amazing kit, because it's literally everything you would ever need for any FX makeup.
And you know, when we think of a kit like this, it's you get the most for your bang for your buck. There are so many products, full size. There are instruction booklets in here. So to go over a look, a Halloween look using all these products is key. Now, you know, you can get them individually. You don't have to feel forced to buy this kit, but this is the perfect kit to have if you're dabbling or if you're a professional. So we're gonna jump right in because I want all this time to be used on Yvonne and tell us all your tips and tricks on what you're doing here. So tell us.
We're transforming her into actually a male zombie today. So it's going to be a little bit transformative and then a lot of FX. So to start the zombie texture, we've laid down a few things. So first things first, you guys might have seen this on your favorite channel of makeup how-tos. This is a great hack. This is liquid latex that comes in the kit. Everything today comes in the kit. So a little bit of this with thin layers of tissue. So we just tore apart some tissue, laid it down, and then built up some liquid latex over top. So you just kind of stick it down. You can tear it away because you want it to be really organic in texture. That's key when you're doing a zombie makeup or any kind of FX makeup. And then just a regular regular sponge, tap that over top, a thin layer down, and you can actually tear this apart later on. We're gonna rip this open and make it look like the side of her face is kind of opened up, and we'll paint the teeth underneath. So really great quick hack and something that you can do that looks super pro and a great FX trick. So we've done that for there. There's a few other things going on though. So we have spirit gum, which is a great best adhesive for anything. I block brows with this. We blocked a brow over here. I'm gonna do it again on the other side. But we've also laid it down underneath this faux flesh. So we're prepping all of the texture of the skin and getting it ready for the paint job that we're gonna do on top. I also use this adhesive to glue down this. So this is a bullet wound that comes in the kit. I'm gonna use it as a zombie sort of area
And this
today.
kit comes with these 3. There's 2 smaller ones and then that bigger one there, which is fun. Lots of great tools in this kit.
So we're just putting this down over the brow. So if you're doing a brow block for even a drag makeup, this is a great trick that you can use. I'll do that and then have a spatula clean. And as the spirit gum starts to dry, you can sort of move your spatula over top and it will start to stick the hair down underneath. Still a little bit wet, so we'll leave that. Since you're up close, I'm going to show you. This is rigid collodion. So this little guy here, it looks like a scar. It's this really cool product that makes the skin pucker. So this is totally a pro product. If you've seen someone in a movie that has a really gnarly scar, it's probably done with this. This is an amazing product. This is 2 layers of this, just painted on with almost like nail polish paint brush, and it makes the skin 3-dimensionally pucker inward. So cool. We're probably a little bit closer to that being sticky now. So just pressing that down, getting as close as I can to the skin. And we'll do one more
I have a
pass.
question. I see
Yeah.
a lot of artists using a glue stick to do, what's the difference? Why would you want to use this product instead?
Well, this is a little bit more waterproof for sure. So there's actually a remover that comes with it. It probably is an alcohol base.
Okay.
You need alcohol to take this off, whereas sweat could take off a glue stick
Okay.
if you were, sweating underneath. So
So
this
this is really
definitely
pro,
more of a pro product.
for sure.
We use this in the theaters too. I did a lot of work in the theaters. I did a little bit of everything. But this is a theater product. And you won't see anything about
Okay.
spirit gum backstage at a theater.
I love it.
So a few of the other things that we have laid down, we have spirit gum underneath the faux flesh here. That's going to make it look like the nose is coming off of the zombie. And I use the same product to go over top of that spirit gum. So basically, we're going to make it look like, a zombie, a fresh zombie. So we'll take a little bit of this, and on the spatula, we're just going to round it out. Just go right over top of her brow. So you want to smooth it out. There's not a lot of visible hair unless we've applied it on purpose. So we're going to use a little bit of the crepe wool that comes in the kit as well. That's up here in the front. And we'll apply that to do a little applied facial hair sporadically at the end.
And this is pulled apart it comes in this little, and then it's pulled apart.
So the good thing about doing a zombie makeup is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You can make a little bit of texture intentionally happen. So we've done something similar here. We have spirit gum and a little bit of the faux flesh. This is extra flesh, fake skin. And then we can open it up and sort of just get a little bit of texture going. Always have tissues or paper towels standing by. So you can lift this up and you're creating 3-dimensional shapes. So underneath, we can do a really gnarly paint job underneath that. Make it look like maybe this is how she became a zombie or he became a zombie. By making that look like a bite mark almost. And we'll do that with our fake bloods. We have a bunch of different fake bloods that come in this kit, and then a bunch of these amazing paints too. So we're going to do a really good paint job. We're going to use the bruise wheel. We'll use this paint. I love this color for a zombie color. This is the best dead flesh color ever. I'm obsessed. Okay, so let's get started with painting. This is the fun part.
This is the fun part. This
Totally.
is when you
Transform into
transform into a really dead zombie.
So I'm gonna leave that dry. If you do have a hairdryer, it will speed up the process if you're doing a little bit of stipple latex and tissue at home. But for now, I'm gonna work with a little bit of this green and a little bit of the flesh tone. So I want a little bit of a lighter color. So I'm gonna work with that over top of her lip. First thing that has to go is all of the pretty elements of skin, So if there's she has nice, beautiful, natural lips, they gotta go, because that's gonna take away from this being really kind of gross and zombie-like. Stippling over top of the work that we've done is going to help too. Not to move and disturb all of the layers of texture that we've laid down underneath.
And these sponges come in the kit too.
Oh yeah, they're amazing sponges. I love these.
Sponges, we have powder puff.
Don't forget the ears. That's a dead giveaway. Pun intended.
And zombies are always, I feel like, on trend.
Oh my god, yes. I mean, there's so many. I love old school zombie movies like Dawn of the Dead. Like I was watching them when I was probably too young, but I've always been obsessed with scary movies. But I think with like, can we say other shows and stuff?
Sure.
Like Walking Dead is like brought zombies, like made them super trendy again. So I think like a lot of people ask, I'm getting a lot of requests for zombie makeup still this year too. So it's kind of cool. It's good to have it near your wheelhouse as a makeup artist. And it's a crowd pleaser as a costume wearer. I think everybody loves a good zombie makeup.
I'm also finding our 31 days of Mehron
Oh, it's
Halloween
been so
contest.
cool.
It's so cool. We have so many great zombie entries.
Oh, I bet.
They're also different and unique too. So it's something that'll never go away for sure with Halloween.
So I built up this little piece of flesh on her nose, and I'm gonna paint just on top of that. So we'll leave underneath because we're gonna paint that, make it look like that part of the nose has sort of come off. I love that I get to talk about like zombie stuff. All the gross things, everyone's like, ew, it's like fun this time of year. She's already looking a little dead. And I'm just working back and forth with those two. So you guys can see there's like a little bit of texture. You can see like light and dark mixed in. That's intentional. The more that you can add texture to your zombie or your special effects makeup, the easier it is to make it look believable. So you don't want to have anything smooth and blended because it just looks too pretty for a special effects makeup. It's harder to sort of sell that rotten flesh when it's all blended and perfect.
That makes me feel good. I just feel that anyone can do this makeup. That
Totally.
You don't have to be a pro.
No, not at all. But you'll look like a pro if you're using this stuff. I mean, Rigid Collodion is pretty legit makeup. I'm like, I love that it comes in this kit. I haven't even used that in years, but it's like the coolest product. Very effective.
A lot of people also think of safety when it comes to products for Halloween. So it's always something that we love to talk about, how we use FDA-approved products and that everything is safe and good for the skin. But for those that are just joining us, my name is Stephanie Koutikas, and I'm the creative director here at Mehron Makeup. And we've invited Yvonne the Artist. If you're looking her up, it's at Yvonne the Artist. And this is our friend Jen Lage, who's our model. And we are doing some Halloween spooky makeup with our special effects makeup kit. And we're going through the process here with Yvonne. So welcome.
Welcome and welcome back to those of you who have been with us. So this is sort of drying up. We built a little bit of that latex and tissue on the cheek here. It's getting ready to, we're gonna be able to rip that open soon, which will be really fun. And then when we do that, we'll paint underneath. So when you're doing a zombie makeup, it's nice to also have like an anatomy reference. So if you wanna do something, even like a skeleton, it's good to have like something as a reference. So pull up, use the Google machine. Use the machine to pull up as many references as you can. And then that will give you a little bit more of a direction when you're painting, anatomy, stuff like that. So we're gonna draw teeth under here. And I think that's kind of zombie-like enough. We're gonna move into a little bit of our darker colors. So this palette has everything. There's 3 flesh tones, even though I've messed them up a little bit now. This zombie color, and then your highlight, your contour, your dark and your light, and this will allow me to do all of those dark shapes around the eye and make everything start to look like it's sunken in. So let's start around the eyes. We'll just use straight black to make that look sort of hollowed out underneath her eye. And then allow it to sort of mix into that sheerer tone. So it's not full black, it's not gonna go right into a skeleton look. Look up. But it is gonna make it look hollowed underneath the eye. Pose. I love this. It allows me to sort of paint She can be a little bit mean if we pull in that furrowed brow. So we're just painting highlight and contour now. A zombie usually is a little bit on the thinner side, so we're going to sculpt the cheeks so they're sort of looking sunken in. Again, using sort of a painterly brush technique to make that cheek look like it's sunken in. And just continue with all the texture that you've created in the first step by mixing that flesh tone and that zombie color together. Just going along the hairline. This is a nice highlight and contour tutorial.
I was saying, I mean, this is like the most perfect tutorial.
And of course, underneath the nose, where the nose has sort of come off, we're going to give her that texture.
I just can't get over how easy you make it look, and I think with Halloween makeup it's intimidating, and because of social media and Instagram especially, with all those inspiring images and YouTube on videos, you can really, like, people are getting really good and they're fearless, and we're seeing a lot more makeup.
It's so cool. I love it. When I started in makeup, it wasn't as popular as it is now. I don't want to date myself, but it was like a while ago, and it's so cool now. I work as an artist that teaches, younger artists makeup, and it's so amazing what all of the younger artists are coming to the table with already knowing nowadays. So there's definitely a fearlessness with makeup and an interest to learn more and to do more and push it a little further, which is really fun for me as an artist too, because not everybody gets as freaked out as they used to be, especially with something like this.
And I always love that you accessorize all your looks, and here you're just adding a hat, a jacket, and here we are. Super easy. And then the makeup, let the makeup do all the talking.
Totally. Right now we're going to do something kind of freaky. This is going to look weird. Don't worry, it doesn't actually hurt her. No zombies were hurt in the making of this cheek gash, but we're actually going to open up. So this is thin layers of latex and tissue that we've built up on her cheek. And then I'll just take that and rip it open. So this allows me to make it look like her mouth has actually been ripped open on the side. So we have all of that three-dimensional texture. Doesn't hurt, right?
No.
Okay. It looks really disgusting, so. And so I'm just gonna take off a couple pieces of that so we have a little bit of an exposed area, and then we're gonna be able to paint underneath. So this is why you would do that latex and tissue stipple buildup. It gives you a lot to work with here.
How do you remove these products?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's something over here that allows me to remove it. The good thing is that this comes with a couple different removers. So
yeah, and with the latex, you can just really peel it off.
You can peel it off. It's water soluble. So if you get in there with warm soapy water, it's easy to take it off at the end of the night. I know at the end of every Halloween I've ever had, it's just to get it off as quickly as it can.
It is really easy to remove.
Yes. Let's go in with some paint first. So I'm going to use a little bit of that white. Let's switch to a brush. We're going to do some teeth. Those chompers under there. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It's a zombie. So just getting in and getting the idea of something is usually enough. There's going to be a lot of blood filled in there anyway, so don't spend a lot of time trying to make that look perfect. Just give it the idea of a skeleton or whatever you're trying to do underneath. I'll use a little bit of the brown to sort of paint out and give depth. The brown and the black. Will start to look like what you want it to. Make sure you're connecting it to the front. The best part of doing a zombie makeup is there's no right or wrong. And then I'm just taking a little bit of that same color that we used for her base and just painting the inside of that latex and tissue. So we have a similar color palette to the flesh around it.
Now this kit has lots of great bloods. There's coagulated blood,
so glad that you
stage
said that.
blood. There's so many bloods, and the bruise wheel also can be used to really accentuate those.
Totally. So I'm going to use, I like these brushes. So these are, these ones here are the other series, right? Sorry.
Stage line,
yes. So I like these because they're like stiff bristled, kind of square edge brushes. I can get in and we've created this little area here to make it look like a wound. And so we're gonna use a little bit of the black, the brown, and the red, and sort of pushing that stiff bristled brush underneath a bit of that fake flesh or fake skin that we've applied over top. We'll make it look like there's actually a bite. So it's three-dimensional. You're adding that texture, you're adding the depth with the color, but you have the texture on top. And it really is like the easiest way to create a really real-looking wound. And then of course, over top of that, we're gonna go in with our blood. So that will really help us to sell. I love coagulated blood, but think about the timeline if you want to get really serious about your zombie. Like, how long has your zombie been dead? Whose blood are we putting on him?
That's a great point. That's a great
Yeah.
point because blood acts differently in different stages.
Exactly.
And this is our thicker blood.
So this has been on for a while. So this is probably the wound that happened that turned him into a zombie in the first place. So it's a little bit drier than the stuff that maybe he has on around the mouth if he's just eaten. So that's something to think about with your zombie as well.
And I love it that it stays in place.
Yeah. So fun. I really love a coagulated blood. I'll use a little bit of this to fill too. It's a little bit thicker, so it's a great fill blood. We're going in around the cheek. This might have been ripped off at the same time as the chest happened, hypothetically, in this zombie scenario. We can get a little bit around there too. And of course, a little blood in between the teeth from the last meal.
And this blood is vegan. Did you know that?
It's vegan blood, delicious vegan blood. All right, that's fun. I like that. What else do we have here? Oh, okay, we have this one. So this is maybe a little bit fresher. So we can use our stage blood for this.
It's the most popular and versatile
Mhm.
blood that we carry.
So we tilt your head back. You can fill this guy up and just sort of let that drip. Again, you want things to look organic. So right inside the wound, let that sort of drip down.
And this one's the edible one. So it's the one that you can put in the little capsules and put in your mouth.
If you
So-
skip lunch that day.
Yeah, or if you're, a worried parent about blood and use it in a Halloween, this is definitely the one that you'd want to use.
Perfect. And I'm just taking a little bit of that as it drips and putting it in around the mouth as well. Pull that hat down now that we're a little bit more zombie-like.
It comes in two shades. in
The
this
stage
one,
blood?
Yeah.
So the other thing is, I love, even though we painted the teeth white, I did that on purpose. So we have some tooth decay, which I love, these tooth effects. So there's a red one for blood, and then there's this other one that looks like tobacco stain, but it looks really good on a zombie. So we're gonna give her a little tooth treatment. I like to have the teeth really dry, so just kind of have your teeth open. I should get a little blood in there. How's it taste?
Tastes good.
Sweet, right? Like corn syrup. So we'll just dry the teeth off like this. And just keep the mouth open. We can sort of dot this on and give her a little bit of like that rotten tooth because her teeth were way too pretty. And just let that dry. It evaporates quite quickly. And that definitely helps. And just turn your head that way. So we're going to do the same coloring on the teeth back here.
Oh, so they match. I get it.
Yes.
Looks good.
That really sells that gross sort of the decay looking in the teeth. And like that's your base of your zombie. So now it's just really about having fun with the details, right?
Right.
So we
Okay.
can go back in with this palette and I'll use sort of a rounder brush to do sort of some holes in the skin. I'm trying to make her look like a little bit more rotten. Oh, and we're gonna do a little something with that crepe hair too.
For sure.
Yes.
So, the kit has so many things. We're not using everything, but we do have crepe hair that we'd love to show you. We didn't get a chance to show you in our last live of our special effects kit. So we'd love to turn you into a boy because she's such a pretty girl.
Totally.
And how do you stick this on?
Yes, to
Tell
turn
us.
that into a facial hair, I really love, so it comes like this, and I'll just tear off a piece. So we'll just take off a small part of this. And you can sort of pull it almost like, I don't know if you've ever done like wool weaving. You can use a comb or a brush, but try to keep it in like the same line. I'll just hold that against her. And then from here, I can take it. This is a really easy way to do it. So I'm gonna have a little bit of spirit gum down already. Hold that for a second.
This for you.
Fast and easy. We're gonna give her a goatee. So we're gonna use spirit gum where we wanna stick this beard. We're gonna let that almost be dry by the time it's ready to stick to her. So that's gonna be evaporating and drying, and now I can take a little bit of this hair, and I'm gonna cut the end. So when I have a hard edge, I can take that and stick it to the face. So that's gonna be, the edge will stick to make a goatee. Take a little bit of hair. So let me do that again with a fresh piece so you guys can see it. So just a little bit of hair.
So there's a lot
There's a
of
lot. Oh my
hair
god,
in
you
this
could
thing.
do
You can
so much with that.
We could do a whole werewolf with this thing.
You absolutely could, yeah.
Right.
And there's actually hair white that I'm going to use. So, because zombies generally, you know, their hair's a little bit more
Get
dead.
it ready for you.
So that's the hard edge. So you can take that and I'll sort of push it out the way it would go against the skin. We're just going to lay that down. So it looks like it's coming from her skin. So let that dry a little bit. I love that. We're going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to continue to work on these details, just fading them out a little bit. You can take a little bit more, once you've blended away, take a little bit more of the, oh, there's a little bit of that, use the bruise palette, because we have that rigid clothing. Let's bring that cut, that scar back up into the face. Looks so cool. Love it. That's sort of coagulated there.
This kit has a few step-by-steps. There's also old age, which is
Ooh,
great. So
fun.
lots of really great little tutorials on there as well in that
So
kit.
good. So let's go back in with a smaller brush. I'm just going to use this palette with the black. Go. Get that really dark around the eye. It's just so easy to work with. And close lightly. So it's really just about bringing in those final details at the end. So just taking the black and then painting that in a couple of areas. So you have these high contrast moments mixed in with your, you know, other like faded or more zombie washed out colors.
Yeah, I have a stipple sponge too that is included in the kit that we should probably show.
Oh, I love that.
The
Yeah,
stipple
that's
sponge
great for
is
like
such
final textures.
Yes, here.
So we could even go in with that to make it look like some broken blood vessels. So a little bit of the red. You can sort of just do.
I'm almost at awe with that tool.
I love this too. It adds texture. A lot of times when I'm doing like a flesh, if it's like a prosthetic adhesive or prosthetic appliance that's latex, when you're painting it, it's great to use something like this to bring back like the capillaries in the skin. It makes it look a lot more organic. So you could do this with browns or different flesh tones as well. But with this, we could do it with like the black and green to give her even more texture in around like the deeper areas, in the cheek, a little on the ear. It just makes everything look a little bit more textured and a little bit more dead. Turn. A little more three-dimensional, yeah.
So again, this special effects kit includes every blood, 3D gel, there's waxes, there's palettes, there's tools. It's overwhelming on how much is in here. But most importantly, you get a lot. If you were to buy these products individually, it would cost like double. And when we created this kit, we had the artist in mind, and we knew that they needed it all, and there's enough to create lots and to really play with it. So for students, this is amazing, and for professionals, if they're taking it on set.
Just giving her a little bit of a zombie lip, and then I think the final touch we will use is the hair white. So I saw
Right
that
here, it's right here.
So
Here,
this is
white.
really great. I love these. They come with a brush, so you don't really have to use another brush if you don't want to. If you do, you can use, you know, a sponge in the back of your hand. I just like to work like this, so we're just going to lighten that hair up a little bit, so it looks a little bit more dead. That gray beard. And you can use this in natural hair as well. You don't only have to put it on top of the crepe hair. It's really great if you're doing that old age makeup. This is definitely essential. You want to cover all the hair on the face, brows. It's great to do a quick little change of age or to really sell that character makeup.
Looks great.
That's great.
It does. We have a zombie,
Yes.
all created with every product on the special effects kit. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Yvonne,
Thank
for
you
coming.
so much. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Happy
thank
Halloween.
you. Happy Halloween, and we will see you soon. We can't wait to see what you create. Definitely tag Mehron Makeup. Show some love for Yvonne, the makeup artist as well, the artist. And thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You look
So
awesome.
My teeth, so pretty.
Bye.
Bye, guys.